Hey guys, Uncle Ray, welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. The goal of this channel is to get you in that group of people that make money. Hopefully in the group that make life-changing gains. Now I can't be more bullish. That being said, 90% of everyone investing in crypto lose money, and I'm here to change that. So therefore, I don't always tell you what you want to hear, but I tell you what you need to hear to make informed decisions. Now, a lot of people don't know this about me, but I worked on Wall Street. I used to be a licensed 3 futures and options trader, basically a commodity broker. Now, the reason that is important is one thing we learned from the Ripple SEC case is that cryptos, the majority of them, are not stocks. They're commodities. So why would you invest in crypto like stocks? It's a recipe to get wrecked. I don't care what anyone says. Now, if you want to hodl, there's only two commodities in the world, and that would be Bitcoin and gold, period. Now, the reason that is important is a lot of people think that they can hodl. But guys, there's no one on the planet hodling oil or copper or lumber or orange juice. You take those commodities and you create more money, right? Ripple, for example, is a perfect business model. It takes its supply and it creates services around the world, and it makes an immense amount of money. And if they need money to create a bank or buy more assets, more companies, they sell their supply. But guys, that doesn't relate to you. Ripple is not a business that you own. You don't get dividends. If Ripple becomes a top 100 corporation, which I believe it could do, that's not really going to benefit you unless you own shares in Ripple. Again, cryptos are not stocks. Now, that being said, I watched a video and found a new influencer that I was really impressed with today, which made me create this video. And I don't know where she gets her knowledge, but the lady is very, very experienced and has a lot of knowledge. And I'm going to give a shout out to her, and I'll leave a link to her channel. I highly recommend you go there, surf around, and watch some of her videos, because somehow, some way, she has figured out the formula to tell you what you need to hear and keep growing her channel. But guys, she does not tell you the fluff and the FOMO. And I want to encourage everyone right now to get really serious. Find some people that will tell you the truth. Get a game plan and a good strategy. And in my opinion, the best strategy is where you win no matter what is coming down the pipe. Because guys, the big boys are here. We wanted Wall Street to start coming in and buying our bags. Well, they're here. But Wall Street thinks a lot different than you do. Right? Guys, it's like bringing a gun to a knife to a gunfight. Wall Street doesn't play. They're ruthless. And they don't need life-changing gains. They extract money every single day from your bags. No matter what, guys, in this cycle, which I believe it may be an extended cycle, but I could be wrong. But guys, if you extract along the way, you're good. If you pull out your initial investment and get as aggressive as you want with the rest of it, you are guaranteed to be in that 10% club. Or you can flip a coin like it's 2017 and believe the FOMO, the hype, don't study tokenomics or math and market cap or commodities or anything like that. Maybe you luck up. But guys, when do you sell? That's one thing, that's one of my pet peeves, guys, and we're going to dive into this, is that when people tell you really stupid numbers to get your attention and get you to fall in love with them, get you to dream about your Lambo, you're never going to sell. And you're going to the cycle's going to continue and you're going to get wrecked. Now, that being said, if you need some help, we'll talk about that at the end. And I highly recommend when this cycle's over, most people are waiting to sell. It's going to crash. Altcoins have never not crashed over 90%. Never. Never been an altcoin not crashed 90%. So, that being said, guys, you might want to learn the short. All right, it's been a great week, and pretty much everything across the board is up. Now, here's the channel I want to give a shout out to, Lab of Crypto. And here's the video that brought on this video. This video right here that says, this isn't a crypto bull run. It's a trap. And guys, she lays it out a lot more professional than I do. And she can tell you the negative a lot more gentle than I can. I just spit it out. If you don't want to hear it, that's just my personality. I can't do anything about it, even though I try, believe it or not. So I'm going to leave a link to that video. But one thing she brought to my attention, because she talks about manipulation and how Wall Street thinks. Now, from working on Wall Street, guys, I used to sit at the desks of some of the most powerful people on the planet at the time. And I watched how ruthless and how manipulative they are. And here's the difference. Wall Street can eat billions of dollars to move a market. Market makers go in the hole, right? They do straddles, right? They'll go long in the spot and then they short, but knowing that it's going to dump, and they make money both ways. The exchanges do the same thing. If the exchanges have a huge supply and everyone's getting a 2 or 3x, guys, they're not making any money. They want to churn your account. They want you to buy, sell, buy, sell. They'll dump a lot of their tokens and wreck you. Believe it or not, that's how the game's played. But then what? They know they got to go back in the market, but the market crashed, so they start stacking. Well, we know it's going to pump again. And if you understand that, you don't hesitate to pull profits out. Now, what she said that really brings this home, and guys, follow me on this. This is important. I want you to think back, no matter how long you've been in crypto. And this is basically an example of what we've been experiencing and what we're going to continue to experience. The big money pump this stuff up. They use leverage. Then they know when they dump, it's going to go down. So when they pull the plug, they go short and they make tons of money. The word of the day is extract. Wall Street has, say, if someone has $1 billion and they want to play around in crypto, they don't need to 3x, guys. They already have Lambos and all the money they need. They want to extract money every day. Well, guys, let's just say hypothetically there's going to be $500 billion that retail could extract from the market. Well, when that opportunity comes by to extract. That's what Wall Street does. That's why a lot of times you see the market go way down on Friday, but in Friday morning it went way up because Wall Street's sitting there going, wow, I put in $100 million and now I've made 7 million, 15 million. Well, I want to go enjoy my weekend. I want to call my clients and say, hey, look at your account. I want to go tell my boss I've already hit my numbers for the month. Well, they don't hit their numbers. None of that counts if you don't take profits. And we all know in crypto that why I'm talking, Bitcoin could be back at 100K. Trump could literally put out a tweet right now and say, we can't end this war, and I am putting a bigger tariff on China, and boom, all of a sudden, everybody's crying, altcoins crash, and you didn't extract. But here's the deal, guys. If you did extract, you're happy to see that because we know it's going to come back. He can write another tweet the next day or the next week. I can't be more bullish, but let's go through something. Here's her statement. She said, guys, Wall Street just manipulates. They know they're manipulating, so they go short and long. They extract, and Ethereum is at pretty much the exact same price as it was this time last year. Well, I went and pulled that up. Look at this, guys. This is the third time in this cycle we are at this price, and it's not quite as high as it was twice, or really three times already. This would be the fourth time at this price. Well, guys, they've been extracting money. And now we are more excited about Ethereum, thinking it's altcoin season, than ever. What do you think they are going to do? They have a track record. They're showing you. But you want to go back and think of it as 2017, 2021. Guys, Ethereum is my biggest bag. I got tired of the BS and I started stacking about 7 months ago because my theory was, yes, I knew I wasn't going to make life-changing gains, but my thought was, hopefully, Ethereum will run first. And when it gets close to its all-time high, I'm going to take out my initial investment, double, triple my money, and hopefully put that into altcoins. That's my strategy. But I want you to think about something. Let's go back. For people that want to hodl and think cryptos are stocks. In this bull cycle, here's about when the this cycle really started, right? At the beginning of 2023. Well, Ethereum started to rip. Remember that chart that was going around? Bitcoin pumps first, Ethereum pumps second, major alts pump after that, and then it goes on down the ladder, and we end up in altcoin season. Well, right when that started to happen, everyone was bullish on Ethereum, and then Ethereum died, and what happened? Solana ran, AVAX ran, hell, even gaming tokens, all these new projects started to run, and Ethereum got wrecked. Well, then it started pumping again. Okay, now we're back, altcoin season. We got wrecked again. Then the election happened. Here comes Ethereum. New all-time high for this bull run. And then they really pulled it, and that was, they pulled the plug, and that was after the ETF. And now we're back up to, for the fourth time at this high for this cycle, and people just think Ethereum's going to run to 10K, 20K, whatever, and all these altcoins are going to follow, and you can just watch. No, guys, Wall Street's sitting here thinking, okay, we're making money because they were stacking when everybody was crying 2-3 months ago. No one bought. See, people go, I don't have any profits. Well, guys, here's what I want to encourage you to do. Somehow, some way, you have to get your flow straightened out. So what do I mean by that? Okay, the guys that were selling post-election had already bought. They bought when everyone was crying. So they just kept selling. And then when it was pumping, most people in crypto went all in after the election results, and definitely once Trump got in office. Well, it was buy the rumor, sell the news. Okay, so now people are going, well, I'm down 80%. I don't have any profits, Ray. Well, guys, if you put in 10,000 and it went down to 2,000 and now you're at 4,200, that's $2,200. And if you want to wait for your money to come all the way back, guys, that may never happen. That may happen in 7 months. It may be the very end of the altcoin season of this cycle. And you're not even going to know. But if you just take a handful, take $500 out of that, the odds are next week, next month, that 2,200 is going to be gone again. Now think about it. You just think about your portfolio, and everyone's different. How many times when you started seeing your portfolio go up, but you didn't take any profits or you didn't take any handfuls? I start every day from as a new day, right? If I have a position in a project and I put in 10,000 and it went down to 4, and today I got 6,500, I'm grabbing a handful and I have dry powder. Now, some people may figure out how to put some new money in there, but you got to maintain your dry powder and consider where you're at today. I highly recommend that. All right, guys, here's a chart, and I say this with love. that just, I can't give it up. And believe me, it's hard to stick to the rules. But I want you to think about something, guys. And again, I say this with love. You got two people. You got the average person, the average, say, influencer that tells you what you want to hear, that FOMOs and tells you whatever, sound really smart. And then you got a group of Wall Street people that went to Wharton, who can manipulate the markets, who get news early, who knew who was going to win the election before the results, who know Trump's creating a meme coin before the world does. That's who you're competing to. So you need to follow them, or you're going to get wrecked. It's too easy. Guys, Wall Street understands exactly everything you're going to do. And they will take $500 million and go in the hole to wreck you because you're making money on leverage. They wreck you, and then they go the other side, and then they make up the ground, and they put in 100 million. Next thing you know, they extracted 500 million, 500 billion, not billion, but 500 million in a week, close out the position. You got wrecked, and you don't understand the game, and you think, man, this sucks. But once you get on the right side of the flow, where you're taking profits right now and handfuls, and you never run out of dry powder, it will start to make sense. Now, that's this chart right here, and this is why I keep pounding on these videos. When everyone tells you right now you're out of your mind, we are starting altcoin season. I don't think we're there yet. I really don't. Now, can we keep running? Absolutely. I'm not telling you no way, shape, or form to close out your position if you're up, doubled your money, or whatever you've done in the last couple weeks, right? I'm just trying to tell you get a long-term game plan and take profits. Now, this right here, the red is dumb money. Again, I say that with love, but that's the 90% of the people. This blue line is Wall Street. The red means they're buying, they're buying, they're buying. Wall Street is still selling what they've been stacking for the last 5 months when people didn't buy a dime and no one watched the video. Now, they will turn. This is getting to the extreme. It will not stay down that long. Look at any of these spikes. It happens fairly fast in a week or two. So whether it's next week or next month, I would expect this blue line, hopefully it goes down even more. But when it turns, that means it crashed. See, guys, look at this. See this right here? They were buying all the way down. It's the opposite. Retail was dumping. Retail is now buying. They are still dumping. Smart money is still dumping. Well, when they finish dumping, the market's going to come down. This is one thing I know for sure. Wall Street does not buy high and hope to sell higher. So something has to give. So the stock market is too high right now, and it doesn't have a lot of volume. Bitcoin could separate itself at any given time and become gold. Really, like where people go, market's down, buy Bitcoin. But no matter what, guys, Bitcoin dominance will get stronger and last longer than you think, in my opinion. And if the stock market drops 20%, say in 2 or 3 weeks, the altcoins will crash no matter what Bitcoin does. But when I see these guys, when I see this turn, I'll start stacking hard, and I will still be telling you to take profits. But guys, that's when you want to stack. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, well, what if he's wrong? And altcoin season is here, and we rip for the next 3 months. I missed all of it. Well, that's that 90% thinking. So what? Guys, I can get in. I can go all in at any time. I can use leverage. I can go short. I'm shorting Bitcoin. I've probably put on, I don't know, 15 shorts, in and out this entire week. Every time Bitcoin makes a new all-time high, I go short. Then I cover immediately. When you own leverage, guys, you don't need but a few minutes. An hour is a long time. And right now, I think Bitcoin could run. We're right at that thing. And I want to show you a chart. And guys, I've said this 1,000 times. You got to get familiar with how smart money thinks. Market makers, exchanges, they're looking at this. And the last one I showed, I said they're going to take it down. Well, guys, the shorts, because of there was a discrepancy between the shorts and the longs. So they did take it down. They didn't take it down anywhere, shape, or form as low as I could. But guys, right now the market makers can go either way. They are not controlling the market. The market is pretty damn resilient at the moment. So I'm not telling you again, don't just dump everything. But right now, the market makers have pretty much exact liquidity. So they can take it up and wreck the short, so they can take it down or wreck the people that are long on leverage. But I promise you, they're going to do both. I don't know which way they're going to go. Tonight, we got this weekend. Guys, we'll know come Monday, but the odds are Bitcoin is going to bounce around, say, $3,000 either way this weekend. And then there is a chance we hit like 121 or something like that. Or they puke it up and it goes back down and it runs back down to say 108 and starts bouncing between 108 and 112. That would be a heck of a lot more bullish and more healthy for the market. Anytime you get these extreme pumps, that's not what you want. You get a V shape up, you're going to get a V shape down. Just like we consolidated down around 100 forever and then at 108, right? Guys, we need to do that again. So we need this thing to pump. If you keep shorting, not telling you to do that, but that's what I do. It's not if, it's just at what level or when. We're going to get to a point probably in the next week and probably this weekend. I would say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, it's going to look different than we think. And I don't believe by the end of next week that the stock market will still be making new highs. I think the bullish case for the stock market would be that it trades sideways most of the week, but there's probably a 65% chance, in my opinion, it starts to go lower. We just got too much crazy uncertainty. The good news is, guys, Trump came out today and said he believes that they should cut 3 full basis points for the interest rates right now. Well, we're about a year out before he can we get a new Fed chairman. So this time next year, interest rates will probably be at 2. And our economy will be on fire. Now, that being said, are we in the bear? Are we in the bull? Is the cycle going to continue? I think the cycle will continue, but I think Bitcoin will separate itself. So this time next year, I 100% believe Bitcoin will be making new all-time highs, but I think it can do it without altcoins because we will be in the bear market at that time. And let's just say after about March, unless we get something new that I don't know about or don't expect, any pump after March of 2026 with any altcoin, I will be going short. Point blank, period. Because, guys, I do probabilities. And until I'm proved wrong, I'm going to stick to the narrative that 100% of the time altcoins have crashed 90% at the end of the cycle. And guys, I don't know any people that I would consider smart money sitting around thinking they are going to hodl their altcoins. Everyone I know is just doing this to take profits after altcoin season hits. Altcoin season is a bonus in my opinion. Guys, people are making life-changing gains. I know at least 20 people that have made life-changing gains in this bull run. But guys, they've been extracting for 3 years, 3.5 years. They don't watch these things pump and just watch and go, oh, that's not a Lambo. They extract. Wall Street extracts. Look at Ripple. Ripple extracts. And guys, that's not a FUD on XRP. But if Ripple thought XRP was going to go to 10K like these influencers tell you this cycle, why in the hell would they sell at $2? Why did Chris Larson sell 120 million XRP at 320 after the election? I mean, he's already a billionaire. He'll never need money. He doesn't need the XRP that he has. But he knew damn well 320, we may not get back there in this cycle. And either way, he had all that dry powder. He watched it drop 50%. What do you think he did with that money? I don't know. Maybe he's buying Bitcoin. Maybe he bought real estate. Maybe he bought gold. But he had all those profits. He didn't wait for another 5 years. That's an insider, guys. That's smart money. Extract, guys. Extract. All right. I say all that with love. I tried not to get on my rant, but I just can't help myself. But guys, if you need some help getting a game plan, especially a take profit strategy, I have a portfolio course that has 18 videos. And then when we go through your portfolio, I answer any question you may have about tokenomics or your strategy or whatever. I have a shorting course, which I think is the best way to make money on the planet. I have an inner circle. And if you need just more help, I have 3 Zoom call package. So if you need some help, guys, reach out. That being said, whether you take me up on this or not, do yourself a favor, get a better strategy, start studying the smart money, right? When people tell you, for instance, like the ISO tokens are going to take over banking, you wouldn't even remotely, that would never come out of anyone's mouth if they researched what banking's doing. Again, guys, you got retail over here talking this talk, and you got Wall Street. Well, you also have the influencers telling you the ISO token, XRP, and all them are going to take over banking. Oh, what do you think these guys are saying? They're laughing. They're laughing. They already have the dominance. They have the tech. JP Morgan has instant settlement. They're ISO 222 compliant. They're Swiss biggest customer. And guess what, guys? They own 33% of the Fed. What rails do you think are going to be the dominant rails for Fed now? It's laughable, guys. Anyway, get yourself a game plan. If you need some help, reach out. But either way, guys, stay focused. It's go time. I truly believe we probably have 6-9 months tops to make life-changing gains. And whatever strategy you incorporate, either you do well or you don't. But there's 1,000 different strategies that you can make money playing the downside. If you play the upside and you think your favorite token's going to X and it falls short, you got wrecked. And then you think things have changed in this cycle. The next cycle, guys, there's a good chance, at least 50 to 75%. I think that's low, of the tokens we think are going to rule the world. They're not coming back. We don't even know who they are. Go back to the 2017 top 25, see how those have performed. You can't find them, most of them. Then you got IOTA, XRP, XLM, all those projects, no new all-time high in 8 years. 90% of most tokens don't hit a new all-time high in their second bull run. Guys, hodling will get you wrecked. Understand commodities. These are commodities. These are not stocks. Don't let people tell you to hodl. And in my opinion, the people telling you to hodl, have you noticed how everyone that I know, every single person that I know got into crypto to make life-changing gains in one cycle? Now they're talking about, oh, 2030. Hell, people are even talking 2045. I may not even be around, right? Guys, I only invest bull run to bull run. We will figure it out in the next cycle. All right, that's all I got. Guys, hit that like button and come back, be part of this community, subscribe. Take care, guys.